Welcome to another half hour of Playwrights Roundtable, an opportunity to talk with writers and directors who participate in Playwrights Roundtable, the organization that creates one-act plays here in Central Florida. And today we're going to watch Alien to Antiquity. And I have with me the director, Joe Pinckney, and we're going to talk a little bit about the play right after we watch it. So sit back and relax and enjoy Alien to Antiquity.
I feel just terrible about this.
Don't. It's all part of the game.
I don't know, Walter. She seems like such a nice girl.
But completely incompetent. This needs to be done. Come in.
Do you need some help?
Yes.
See, Herman, this is what I was telling you about. Useless. Phoebus, sweetheart, how are you today?
Right this way, dear. Baby steps. There you go. A little more. There you go. The chair is right behind you.
Do you know what this is about, Themis?
You called me, so I came in.
I'll cut to the chase. Your productivity has been down lately.
I attend to every task as it should be attended to, giving no more nor less attention than it deserves.
Still, in this day and age, we need results, and we need them fast. You have to admit, you do work slowly.
Well, she does have her hands full.
I work accurately.
Oh, little lady, I beg to differ. The number of customer complaints I get about you is astonishing.
What the people want is not always what's best for them.
Well, some of the reports I get, it's amazing. Some of the projects you put your stamp of approval on.
People often attach my name to projects in which I am not even involved.
Really? Because I keep hearing that you like to take credit for the hard work of other employees. Now that kind of thing will not be tolerated. In short, Themis, it seems as though everyone here has something negative to say about you and your work habits. Why do you think that is?
There is general confusion as to what my actual duties consist of. I am here to serve the organization as a whole, not to cater to the petty whims of any individual.
Mr. Punchin, some of the staff do treat her like their personal assistant.
I've never noticed anything like that around here.
Last week you had me drop everything to return your coffee.
I ordered a grande and that little incompetent jerk gave me a tall. That's just not right.
Sir, you know how hard it is for her to carry hot coffee.
It was quite the balancing act.
Themis, Mr. Punch and I are here to observe your performance and help find ways for you to improve. But I must say, you should be proud of your accomplishments. You have managed to make an awful lot of yourself, overcoming your disabilities, what with being blind and a woman.
I am blindfolded. I'm not blind.
Really? We just assumed that...
Your predecessors put this blindfold on me, and I am unable to remove it, as both the sword and the scales are permanently attached.
Oh, that's quite a different,
You could remove the blindfold.
No, I don't think so.
Sir, we could.
I would be able to do my job more effectively if I could see what I was doing.
No, I'm sure you were blindfolded for good reason. I don't question the decisions of my forefathers. That is how you're supposed to be.
My beautiful daughter, Becky, and I do a lot of charity work, and we see the most touching stories of the handicapped overcoming their adversities every day. You should embrace what God has given you.
God didn't make me this way. Man did.
Themis, while we are an equal opportunity employer, giving no preference to candidates based on religion, we would prefer that you not speak blasphemy while you're here. Please.
God is good for PR.
Especially in your department. I mean, if the people don't agree with some of your decisions, you can always say you were just doing God's will, and who could argue with that?
I do not seek approval. I seek truth.
Approval is much easier to document.
Themis, have you ever considered that maybe this company is no longer a match for your unique skills and talents?
My work here is not done.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way because we're gonna have to let you go.
Sir, can't we at least give her an early retirement?
Early? Early? I've been here longer than the two of you combined. You will not be able to find someone qualified to replace me.
She's right, you know it. She may not be perfect, but she's the only thing we've got.
Not true. We've received resumes from a lot of different candidates that offer fresh perspectives and new approaches to the position. Here, Mr. Ruwald, have a look at some of
Let me see those.
Careful! Now look what you've done, little
I have
lady.
a right to see these.
I'm sorry, but they're not in Braille.
And they're not your business.
I do not read Braille as I do not have the use of my fingertips.
Really? That must make it hard for you to do your job.
Yes.
Give me that!
Give you what?
This is one of our most promising candidates. His ideas are so radically different from yours that there's just no
Excuse me for a moment. Herman Rewald speaking.
I think we're done here, Themis.
You have failed to provide me with concrete evidence.
Okay, little lady. I'm gonna put this in a way that even you're sure to understand. Reasons for keeping you, reasons for firing you. You're nice to look at. Some people say that seeing that pretty little face every day, and what they can see of it at any rate, gives them some hope. You don't usually live up to that hope.
You are incorrect.
The world is changing. You are not.
That is a positive.
Hey, careful, little lady. We don't want anybody getting hurt. May I continue?
This is unfair.
You've been here a very long time. But many people have said that during that time, your job's importance has been blown way out of proportion. Carol in payroll thought you quit working here years ago. There's also been allegations that you take bribes.
Those charges are false. You have not properly investigated.
You've also been accused of granting special favor to our wealthier clientele.
Because you won't let me near the poor ones.
Oh, and there's also rumors going around that you're racist. I'm afraid the scales are not tipping in your favor, sweetheart. Herman, are you...
You let this happen!
Wait a minute, Herman, what do you...
Fix this! Fix this now!
Herman, calm down. What's happened?
My daughter, there's this, she couldn't, she was a good person. She didn't deserve. How could you let this happen?
I didn't.
You let Becky, she didn't. She was my only little girl, my everything.
You are allowing your emotions to cloud your reason. If you'll present me with the details...
You're gonna fix this!
She will. She'll find whoever did this thing and she'll punish them. That's how...
No, it's not good enough! I want my daughter back and you can't give that to me, can you?
No.
How can you be so calm?
I have nothing to fear because right will prevail. Although human beings are flawed by their very nature, in the end...
That was a killer ending.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand you had a few other versions that you were going to work with.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that right after we get back from this short intermission. We're going to speak with Joe Pinckney about Alien to Antiquity. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
In short, Themis, it seems as though everyone here has something negative to say about you and your work habits. Now, why do you think that is?
There is general confusion as to what my actual duties consist of. I am here to serve the organization as a whole, not to cater to the petty whims of any individual.
You've just watched another quick clip from Alien to Antiquity, a one-act play written by Stacey Lane Smith but directed by Joe Pinckney. And we don't have Stacey with us today because this person actually lives in another state and gave you this opportunity to do this play totally without the insight into the writer's mind. So what was that like for you?
Well, I was kind of like called at the last minute to direct this piece, and it was somewhat of a challenge because I didn't get the chance to choose my actors like you normally would in a play, and also that I didn't get a chance to talk with the writer and see what exactly the points that they wanted highlighted in this piece.
So in a way, not only were you directing it, but you were taking your own creative licenses a little bit in how you wanted to illustrate this play to an audience.
Yes, we worked on several different endings. One was the character who played, the actor who played Themis, was to die. And when they died, they were to lick their tongue out.
Now, why? Why was that the choice? Do you know?
It was the thinking that the play was a spoof. You know, it was
a comedy.
Yes. You know, it was a comedy in a sense, and so to give it that fun, because I felt that when a person died and it had the blood and all that, that it would be somewhat gory for an audience, and they would really lose the real meaning of what the author was trying to say. And
the other ending? You said you had a couple.
No, the other ending, they would just die in a Betty Davis, you know, kind of way, and just fall over dead there on stage, but and that's what they chose. The actors themselves chose it, and that was because during the end of the play, I was away on Christmas holiday, and everybody's schedule was so tight. People had plans on going to parties and things of that nature, and so we weren't didn't rehearse as much as I would have liked.
Well, tell me a little bit about the title. I know you mentioned you had some challenges with that, Alien to Antiquity. Who's the alien?
Well, it's like Themis. It was a Greek goddess, and
the god of law, the god of nature, just to set that up.
Yes, and the two the other characters, the other actors in the piece, they were the establishment today, and they didn't want Themis wanted equal rights and equal justice for everyone, and they wanted it their way. And finally, it came to the point where one of them, because he had lost his daughter, decided that she was supposed to be representing justice, and he couldn't get justice for his daughter who was killed.
There's a lot of meanings behind a lot of the dialogue in the play. It speaks to everyday, really. Did you find that an interesting part of the play? Did you want to play more to some of the subliminal messages in the
yes,
piece?
and some of it took on a comedic, appearance, especially the part where they had lost applications. Applications were knocked in the air and they fell on the floor, and they had a picture of the president. and Themis' sword accidentally goes through that picture. Well, the establishment was very upset about that, and told told her that this was one of our most outstanding citizens, which got a real big laugh from the audience.
Depending on which audience of the night, right?
Yes, yes, oh yeah.
A little to the left, a little to the right.
Yes.
She may not be perfect, but she's the only thing we've got.
Not true. We've received resumes from a lot of different candidates that offer fresh perspectives and new approaches to the position. Here, Mr. Ruald, have a look at some of these.
Hey,
careful! Now look what you've done, little
I have a
lady.
right to see these.
I'm sorry, but they're not in Braille.
And they're not your business.
I do not read Braille as I do not have the use of my fingertips.
Really? That must make it hard for you to do your job.
Yes.
Give me that.
Give you what?
This is one of our most promising candidates. His ideas are so radically different from yours.
I thought it went well, and I thought people understood what the playwright was trying to say.
Well, tell me about the actors. I understand you didn't get an opportunity to select them yourself, and that is a normal way of directing a play, but they came into it, all three are equally strong. Tell me about your experience working with them.
Well, they were strong. They had ideas about each character. Of course, I had to shape it up as we went along, but they came to task. They were very, very good.
Now, Joe, you're no stranger to the Orlando arts community. Working with Playwrights Roundtable is just one of the many hats you've worn in the past. Tell me a little bit about your career here in Orlando.
Well, let's start from now. Presently, I'm working with the Zora Neale Hurston Festival. I'll be the stage manager for Center Stage, coordinating the acts that will perform there. That goes on February 1st through the 3rd. And before that, I had worked with Orlando Black Essential Theater. I directed Ma Rainey's Black Bottom to, I think Elizabeth Maupin said, top notch. So you don't get any better than that. But I've worked with the Zora Hurston Museum and that organization, I guess, since 1993, doing various jobs, teaching in the summer, children coming in for summer performing arts workshops, things of that nature. So I've been, fairly busy.
Now, what's it like working with the children with the Zora Festival or throughout the year, rather, and teaching them the art of acting on stage?
Well, it is very rewarding because I found that a lot of the children in the community they're scared to talk. They if you ask them their names, they'll say, "My name is what did you say? John Jones." Oh, well, good. Then I know what your name is. And just to get them doing that and be more presentational, the ability to present yourself is one task that if you can do that well, you can accomplish much in this life.
So what's it like working with a full-length play like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and then coming into a shorter format like Playwrights Roundtable? How do you compare the two?
Well, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, or any full-length play, I've directed several, but there's more preparation. These small pieces that Playwrights Roundtable does, they're only 10 minutes long, and so it's time and the various elements that involve there are much more props, the set, sound, all that kind of thing. is involved when you're having a full-length play, as opposed to you have those things in the small, but it's on a smaller scale, and of course you can do it better, you know, in a small, a play that's 2.5 hours long, and one that's a skit that's 10 minutes long. You know what I mean? You have more to work with.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But do you find that Playwrights Roundtable affords a unique opportunity for up-and-coming writers and directors to get exposed to theater, to the experience?
Yes, I certainly do. You know, there are many writers out there who've written materials and just dying to get it, you know, seen. And Playwrights Roundtable is one group that affords them that opportunity, and also directors who want to get out there and do their thing. You know what I mean? They can do it, and especially if you have a 10-minute piece, it's a lot less that you have to deal with.
Is the Orlando Black Theater still in existence? Are you still working with them?
No. Well, they're on a hiatus right now, and I'm supposed to meet with somebody this week to try and revamp it because while we're together, we did some really good work.
Definitely there's a lot of opportunities here in Orlando for playwrights and directors to get that experience, and Playwrights Roundtable is a great opportunity. I'm very glad that you were able to come in and rescue Alien to Antiquity at the last minute and bring it to us, because it was one of the most enjoyable pieces that we saw.
Well, I thank you. I thank you for that. I did play the 10th one with them 2 seasons ago. And about a man who had been in prison for 30 years, and his son, whom he had never seen, never met, comes to the prison, and it was a very moving experience, and I enjoy working with them.
I am blindfolded. I am not blind.
Really? We
Your
just all assumed.
Your predecessors put this blindfold on me, and I'm unable to remove it, as both the sword and the scales are permanently attached.
Well, that's quite a different...
You could remove the blindfold.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, sir, we could, you know.
I would be able to do my job more effectively if I could see what I was doing.
No, I'm sure you were blindfolded for good reason. I don't question the decisions of my forefathers. That is how you're supposed to be.
Well, thank you, Joe, for dropping by Playwrights Roundtable, our little studio here, and sharing a little bit about your directing experience with Alien to Antiquity.
All right.
Definitely enjoyed it. And we hope that you'll come back again and watch another one-act play with us right here at Playwrights Roundtable. Until then, see you next time. Playwrights Roundtable provides opportunities for authors to have their work read by professional actors. Members of Playwrights Roundtable have seen their works go from cold readings to workshop productions and on to successful full productions. If you love the craft, Playwrights Roundtable is the place. For more information, contact Playwrights Roundtable at 407-788-8468 or check out the website www.playwrightsroundtable.org.